Welcome back everyone to Talking Watches with Owen, and if you haven't been here before, you haven't really missed out on much. Only kidding. Please hit that subscribe button and check out our back catalogue of videos. You'll enjoy every single one, and plus we'll be doing a giveaway at 100 subscribers, so don't miss out on that. Roll the intro. So in today's episode we are going to discuss the perfect $1,000 watch collection, and as always every collector is a little different, so we're going to break it down into 3 collections. A 5 watch collection for the collector who likes to mix it up a little, a 3 watch collection for the collector who wants a bit more quality but still wants some quantity, and then finally we're going to round it off with a 1 watch collection for that guy who wants that perfect 1 watch that will suit him on every situation. First up in our 5 watch collection is a Daniel Wellington. Don't worry, I won't do that to all my 83 subscribers. In making a collection that includes a number of watches, I think you should have a good price range between watches. So rather than focusing on 5 $200 watches, we're going to mix it up a little and have some more expensive and some less expensive. So first off, we have a brand that gets a lot of bad press by the watch media, and rightly so for some of the so-called watches they release. Like, look at that thing. You know, someone gets paid a salary to design that. But the one watch that is their saving grace is the Pro Diver, and yes, I'm talking about Invicta. So coming in at just over $100, this watch offers everything you really need in a cheap diver. It's an automatic movement, 200 meter water resistant, plus a large range of dial colours to suit everyone, so you won't go wrong with this watch. So with the diver now covered, let's check out some more dress watches. And the one that wins it for me is the Orient Bambino version 4. The watch is priced at less than $200 and has a case size of 42mm and a thickness of 11.8. The watch has an Orient caliber F6724 with a 40-hour power reserve plus a domed crystal and a beautiful dial. For a perfect dress watch, if it has a domed crystal and a beautiful dial, you're kind of onto a winner. This watch would have you covered for a lot of those special occasions that you have every now and again. As with every watch collection, you need a talking point, and the Seagull 1963 is the perfect watch to get people talking. The Seagull 1963 is a reissued version of the Chinese Air Force mechanical chronograph. Guess what year it was from? Yes, 1963. The watch offers a unique and classic design, and it's hard to wear this watch without someone saying to you, "What watch is that?" The watch has an exhibition caseback, which is an added bonus at this price. Costs around $250. It would suit any casual situation you ever find yourself in. $550 are gone, and I have 2 more watches to buy. Next up, I'm going to throw in a micro brand that are just taking pre-orders now, and that is Goodspeed watches and their new Scout. With an automatic version costing $360, would add something different to the collection and tick that box of a micro brand. Some quick facts on the watch: it uses a Miyota 9039 automatic movement, has a case size of 38.5mm, which is something I like. Plus I think it's a beautiful watch and would act as a perfect everyday watch. And before anyone says it, no, this is not an ad. But if anyone does want to pay me for an ad, please slide in my DMs. With only $90 left, there can only be one winner. Yes, a GShock. The DW5600. Not much to say here. You know what you're getting with a GShock, and we'll cover every situation that none of the other watches can. Next up, we have our 3 watch collection. And to be honest, I found this the hardest, as there are plenty of great watches out there for just under $500. But finding 3 watches for under $1,000 was more complicated than I ever thought. But here we go. First up, we have a Timex Merlin automatic, the iconic watch from the 1960s. It's just got a new refinish, and this new edition is a pretty nice watch. Has a 21 joule automatic movement inside. While they do offer a hand winding movement, that will be more my preference in a dress watch. It only comes in at 34mm, so it will not appeal to the masses. So this 40mm automatic will have to do. It's available on the Timex website for $175, and I think this watch really ticks off a dress watch in our collection and gives us a lot more money to play around with. Next up, we have one of my favourite watches, and will take up the majority of our budget at $650. I know this is a lot, but I feel like this watch ticks off a few boxes, such as it's a chronograph, it looks very casual on a NATO, and it looks very sporty on the stainless steel bracelet. So let's get the picture of it, and it's the Bulova Lunar Pilot. The story behind Bulova's moonwatch began with a specially designed, one-of-a-kind Bulova gifted to NASA's Apollo mission astronaut Dave Scott. Dave Scott took his Bulova watch with him on the 1971 Apollo 15 mission to the moon, so it has a lot of history behind the watch. At the time, astronauts had government-issued Omega Speedmaster watches, and everyone knows that because Omega will never let you forget that. There was a bit of controversy around the Speedmaster, as Omega was a Swiss brand, and certain people in the US believed that the astronauts should be wearing American-made watches, which Bulova was at the time. So this watch contains a whole lot of history, and it also looks well on both bracelet and NATO strap. So I think this is a solid inclusion in our 3-watch collection. So only $175 left. Where do we go from here? To Russia, and spend our last few dollars on a Vostok Amphibian Scuba Dude. What a great nickname for a watch, the Scuba Dude, and when you see the dial, you can tell why it's called the Scuba Dude. For less than $100, this watch is a whole lot of fun. I could have told you something more sensible, like a Mako 2 or maybe a number of Seiko 5s, but that's not fun. These watches have a real cult following, and why wouldn't they? So, in 1967, Vostok was commissioned by the Soviet Defense Department to produce a dive watch comparable in performance to its foreign counterparts. Proven watches like the Blancpain 50 Phantoms or the Omega Speedmaster. I don't really think it succeeded, but what it did achieve was a cheap, quirky and reliable watch with some interesting history. This is something truly unique in a world that's dominated by Chinese Swiss watches. So finally, we are down to our 1-watch collection for $1,000. Is it even possible to have a 1-watch collection? I don't think so, but there are a lot of people out there that just want that one good watch to do them for years. So drum roll please. If I was to buy 1 watch for $1,000, it would be a C60 Sapphire by Christopher Ward. Okay, I have to come clean. Yes, this watch is under 1,000, just maybe a different currency. The watch costs €950, but maybe one day that will be under $1,000. But man, it is beautiful. With the sapphire dial backed by the blue polycarbonated layer, this watch just pops. And the dial reader reminds you of a global map with the way the Sellita SW200 movement is displayed, especially with the date ring around it. This watch could act as the perfect 1-watch collection for like the beach, the bar, or the boardroom, and it also comes from a great brand, and it should definitely hold its value. But what do I know? So there we go. What do you think? If you had to choose one of the options, would it be the first, second, or third? What would be your choice? In fairness, the only perfect watch collection is your own collection, so no one else can really pick it for you. And if I had to be honest, if I did this video next week, it could have a completely new lineup of watches. But that's watches. Your taste changes every day. So please subscribe, because we're so close to 100 subscribers, and a giveaway, which will be this beautiful watch roll. Ooh, so please get involved. Once again, I appreciate all the support, and until we meet again, stay safe and please enjoy your life.